fantastic evening.
You all right?
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, not too bad. What's going on? Don't know what's going on with this tablet.
Oh, still sweating. It's been a rush, so I'm late, chaps.
Where are we seeing the cows today?
Yeah, sorry, I went on a nature walk today, me and Tilly. Just a little trundle around the hidden nature areas of Northampton town centre.
Brilliant.
Behind Riverside, you've got a lovely canal, a few fields, a lot of young horses.
Oh, nice.
Shows my ignorance. And then, because I don't know what young horses are called, I'd imagine they've got
Foals.
foals. The old foals, yeah, lovely. They were playing some math
Really good
rock in
band.
a field, and then
That's
I'm not sure
that's not
that's.
fault.
I mean,
That's
Oh no, that's the other one, isn't it? The other
that's it's
floppy
someone.
head.
It's someone. Oh, good.
It's but we don't know. I mean, it summed it up, didn't it? Who are foals? Yeah, it's all the same, isn't it?
I mean, Wiggy, you were a big fan of foals back in their pump.
I'm a big fan of
I
Foles.
still am.
It was Foles. I went to a Foles gig Coventry.
Bastille. Sorry, Bastille. Moving on.
Yeah, with Ashley Graham. It's the most carnage gig I've ever been to in my life.
Really,
It's mental.
I wouldn't expect that
Because
with a
you're with
foals
Ashley.
gig. Yeah,
I think I was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, they're just. I don't know. Just get the old crowd going, don't they? Upbeat,
Yeah.
uplifted, upbeat beat.
oh, they loved a fast beat.
I classify them with that. Who's the other one? The dance you went, jump in the pool.
Friendly fires.
Yeah, no, I have
Balls.
heard of friendly fires. Yeah,
Yeah, I did have to Google that.
similar ilk, similar ilk.
Yeah, not as
Probably
good as
not.
Foles, but
Yeah.
Lovely
Nature
feel there.
reserve, and you've been glamping. So
Oh
this is like
yeah, fucking
we've
hell!
turned into like this is basically country file this week.
I'm telling you right now, it's lucky that Oasis have reformed for some gigs because it's putting some of the much needed swagger into mine and Wiggy's otherwise good life existence that we're living at the moment.
yeah.
How many WhatsApp groups or messenger groups are you in where when last night someone said, 8 o'clock Saturday, how many devices we got?
None.
One.
I think you're the
Just
only. I
one,
think you're
just
the only people I've
one.
spoken to it about.
But yeah, yeah.
I mean, we are going to try and get 4 tickets for Cardiff to celebrate Tilly's brother's birthday next year because it falls on the same weekend.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Tilly and her brother, I found out today because of the news, were both huge Oasis fans growing up, like most people. There's nothing
Yeah.
outrageous there, but neither of them have ever seen them live. So,
Oh. And Cardiff is early on in the tour,
yeah,
so they'll still be together. So it's a
yeah,
safe bet.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
It's the one
yeah.
tour you take C tickets, you click that button to take
Yeah,
insurance out.
yeah.
You've never clicked before. Okay, you're going Cardiff. What are we thinking, Phil? Has Maxie been on the messaging to anyone?
Max is not. Pate messaged me about Sunday, the 3rd of August, wasn't it? I think it's that one.
So somebody lied about the WhatsApp messages.
Yeah, true. Well, he didn't say much.
Just 101, just one-on-one. That's interesting. Interesting.
So
Mm.
that's the only date I've heard. But I don't know. Whatever.
He maybe heard your earlier statement that they've always been shit live. So
I've not said that.
no,
I've
you
enjoyed
haven't.
them.
No, you haven't.
That's me. Never.
I can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously we saw me in Dublin. I can't. I think I remember there was something about the venue. Best was it? I can't remember. It was
Yeah,
an indoor.
Dublin
Dublin
was
was
really
cool.
quiet. Dublin was really
Yeah.
weirdly quiet. You could only hear the people singing around you. It was not great.
It was
I
indoors,
think I've only
wasn't
seen
it? In the
him.
Yeah.
stadium.
Yeah, it was indoors at the Point. Is it the Point? Yeah, the Dublin Arena. I think I've only seen him three times
Oh,
actually, and that was Finsbury back in the day,
Yeah, that was
which
awesome.
was incredible because that was the
Yeah.
first big gig that I went to. That was with you and Trini, wasn't it? And the thing I remember about that, which sums up Oasis fans, was when Corner Shop came on and
yeah.
someone threw a pasty at the front man and was racist.
I remember. I remember it was like it was obviously in the summer, wasn't it? We will see people just about probably had our tops off because we're bloody lads. And Liam was just wore a massive white parker.
Was gig one, and then gig two was when a lady that I shared a couple of nights of passion with whilst travelling. Um, and that was it, really. Didn't had a few days
What, during the
together.
gig? More power to you. It's the way to do
Sweet.
it, isn't it?
We had a moment in Fiji, didn't have any contact for about 5 months, and then she bought two Oasis tickets for Glasgow. Fancy it. I was like, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't.
most normal people there would delete the number, obviously, and that's it. But no, Limo straight on EasyJet. So there.
I've never researched Prestwick Airport so quick, and realised it's closer to Northampton than it is to Glasgow. To be fair, it was a Ryanair special where you're about 4 hours from Glasgow. Brilliant. Yeah, and that was poor, but I don't know if that was because it was arguably the weirdest situation ever. So,
That's got to be.
fairness,
To be fair, that is in terms of stories about first dates. That's pretty decent.
I think I've
maybe it
seen them
was.
3 times, but I've been racking my brain today and I can't remember what the third time was or when it was. So maybe I've just seen them twice.
You did Finsbury as
Probably
well.
what.
Yeah, but mine was it was the most unplanned thing ever. So Lacken phoned me up on a landline. That's how long ago it was, on my house landline, saying, "Do you fancy going to Finsbury Park today to watch Oasis?" Because I was supposed to go with. We've got a spare ticket basically, and it was him who I obviously palled around with. You both know James Lacken, um, and two lads that went to Thomas Beckett, but I'd never hung out with ever. Um, and they just drove down, parked about literally half a mile away, and we wandered up just in some bloke's back street, like just
Yeah.
closer than you'd ever expect, and then wandered down. And it was, I think I got it for free as well. So, and it was like it was a proper, like you said, it wasn't
Was
just
that the same
Oasis. It was
thing then?
ridiculous amount of bands, wasn't it?
Would that have been the same? Like maybe I think there was maybe two days there. Would that have been
I
the
think there
same?
was,
There
yeah.
was like Corner Shop, Proud Mary. Who else was there? There was
Coral. So
oh yeah,
maybe
yeah,
the Charlatans,
over there.
Proud Mary, obviously, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and
Yeah,
Oasis.
Oh, that's
yeah,
it. Because Mandrew's bought a t-shirt. Isn't it?
yeah. Black
But
Rebel.
we
Yeah.
might as well. This thing
It's
still
what
fits
you
in now.
love like a fever. Boom, boom, boom.
I actually heard that song on the radio like 2 days ago.
Meant to be. Omen.
I think
Welcome
yeah.
to the ThighPad Podcast, a cricketing podcast where three men who evidently know too much about Oasis and not nearly enough about math rock bands talk about cricket and other stuff, mostly other stuff. This week that's just passed, you've heard a lot of it already. I mean, the big news that's blown everything else out of the water is Oasis coming back, but Wiggy went camping, glamping. Um, Myself and Nick played at a beautiful but basic ground, and we're going to cover all of that. And we've got a man of the match. Actually, he did win man of the match, even though we'd already booked him in and nobody voted for him. Adam Massey is going to come
Yeah.
in and talk to us in about 10 minutes. So that's the show tonight. Where do we want to start? We want to start with a quick glamping review, Phil.
If you want, yeah, just
Wiggy reviews glamping.
stayed in a log pod for a few nights.
LogPod.
Log
LogPod.
pod in Stratford. Very nice. Recommend it. Yeah. So in the log pod was a sofa bed, bunk beds, and a fridge.
Were there others there on the site? Was there a few log pods about?
Yeah, I'd say there's about 15 log pods. They were not all called log pods. Some log pods, some beehives, and some snugs.
What's the difference?
Not just a slightly different shape of cabin. It was in Stratford. Obviously, it's a lovely place to wander around, taking the sights of Billy Shacko. Is
Any
commonly
street
known.
performers?
Couple, maybe not many. is it known? There's a couple of singers, but I don't know how the name come. I like it.
Any? I thought the old home of Shacko was rife with the old street performers.
There was one guy dressed as a King Arthur. I don't know.
What, Kigiako?
Oh, Billy Shacko.
Yes, Billy Shacko's the point. Oasis at Cardiff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you mix with the other glampers?
Yeah, we had a little few chat.
Was everyone just sort of talking about the love of Billy Shacko?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so. But it's more the kids' work. They were sort of mixing, playing various sports-based games. So, yeah, I had a few conversations.
Wiggy reviews glamping.
But obviously, I did miss. I missed the momentous match at the Lamport Hall of Lamport.
Game review. So I was trying to work this out. I think this was the only team that beat us this season, wasn't it? At the home,
Yeah.
at the return
Really?
match. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we have avenged our only defeat this season. I mean, Limo, do you want to talk us through? Before we do, we're going to do a kind of highlights of the season episode in the future, but I do just want to say that Limo's turning back of the clock to being an absolute fucking unplayable bowler this season has been beyond spectacular. This was the culmination of increasingly incredible bowling performances throughout the season. So, like, we'll talk about that obviously, but what were your remembrances?
I just on that because I was so astounded. I went back because Danny's been uploading the scorecards on Play Cricket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the season. So
Love that.
obviously being a bank holiday, a bit more time to fill, and I went and looked at my bowling progression throughout the season. Pretty astounding. But yeah, no, Lamport. So yeah, usual Thursday for me, obviously, because I don't finish work till a bit late, so I had to hole up somewhere for the second half of the day. So I went to the Lamport Swan. So I thought, it's 2024, they'll have Wi-Fi, few calls to do, no problem, absolutely no issue. So I got there 5 minutes before a Teams call with a customer and my new recruit Rory. Obviously it's his first week. You don't want to make a hash of anything with a newbie involved. Got there, got the Wi-Fi code off the barman of the Lamport Swan. Wouldn't connect, nothing going on. So I went and asked him. He said, "Oh no, it doesn't work." I said, "Right, okay." Paul's at 1. This is 102. Rory's in the lobby. I'm thinking, this is awful. This induction has gone terribly for Rory. So I had to think on my feet. I drove to Brixworth, walked in another pub, went to the bar. Barman says, "You're not from around here, are you?" I said, "No." "Have you got any Wi-Fi?" He said, "No." I said, "Where can I get Wi-Fi?" He said, "Go to the library." So I spent Thursday afternoon at Brixworth Library, which the Wi-Fi was excellent, but then they'd locked up the doors, forgetting I was upstairs, and I had to go out the fire exit. So yeah, that was the preamble. Anyway, got to Lamport. Lovely spot, really nice, as you'd expect. Beautiful. Parked up in some kind of coach house is wonderful. Um, and but there was nothing there. So it's just the cricket pitch. The scoreboard was just a blackboard with chalk, and because it was so windy, one, it kept blowing over, and two, you couldn't see the chalk anyway, so it was completely pointless. And then there were just benches, and I brought a few crates of beer, um, and a couple of the poshest wives ever turned up, sort of halfway through with small dogs. Um, Yeah, small boundary. Pitch was a bit, yeah, bit pretty green.
I think it's
Small
difficult to
boundary.
read the ball
Yeah,
for
yeah.
fact. I took a ball into the old jaw, I think, over first couple of overs, so that was fun.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So we, I don't know who won the toss, but yeah, they batted first, and yeah, I mean, the opening batsman hit 2 for 6. I started calling him Salty after Phil Salt and shouted Salty for about 10 minutes, which he enjoyed. I think he was retired for about 7 balls or something mental. Um, I think they started like a steam train, didn't they? But then
They
then
did.
slowed down a bit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, there was some dubious, scary fielding. So you took one to the throat from a P roller,
That
which
was
was insane.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Mousey, yeah, Mousey, I think appeared in the 10th over because he was on some conference call, so that didn't work that well. So he was sat on a fence for about an hour talking about above the line, below the line, all that SEO, click rates, just bloody sell. Anyway, so yeah, that was that.
It's an exciting game because of the speed that we were trying to get through it. So we looked to start earlier to kind of get the light. It was the shortest boundary I've ever played cricket on. It was ridiculous. A lot of high scores there, I would imagine. But as you say, considering the first couple of overs, we thought this is absolute danger time. But to be fair to them, it's like both of us kind of got the memo that it was kind of shit or bust. It felt like a hundreds game. Like we did 9 overs from one end and then 9 overs from the other. So
Like
I like that. It keeps it
good.
moving.
Yeah.
So, and what we did this time, which we didn't do last time, which I liked as well, is most of us did 1 over both ends. So we did 1 over in the first 9. So everybody did 1 over, kept that going, and then the same in the second 9 at the other end. So very few people had 2 overs in a row. I can't remember who did, but here he is. He's connecting right now. We'll get his views on it. Everyone here at the ThighPad podcast would like to apologise for the lack of match report from this point on. It is fair to say that a mixture of alcohol, Wiggy talking about his pod, and overexcitement of getting Adam Massey on the show made us forget what the fuck we were doing. But the headlines were Pate Walters hit the winning runs, Dave House, Adam Massey, other people, runs.
Adam Massey.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Sound and vision.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Very
Like
holy. Very
your
holy.
head is in.
It's a bit, isn't it? If
Yeah.
No, it doesn't
It
really
looks
work.
like if you put your head in there, it looks like you've got one of those old-fashioned hair dryers that you have to sit under,
I'd really love them.
Yeah, a little bit.
or you're like a work of art in the Louvre. Basically, your
You
head's
didn't
in the
need to
Louvre.
say that, but I appreciate you saying it.
Adam Massey. Let me start
evening.
by saying that, I mean, we've learned a lot about you this week, but it is fair to say that you are, I would say, significantly younger than the 3 of us. So we'd like to get your reaction to the news that Oasis are reforming and playing gigs.
Yeah, I'm happy that they're reforming. I'm happy that everybody else is happy. I like Oasis, but like not enough to probably do all the queuing on Ticketmaster and all that and shell out loads of money. But I do enjoy their music.
Have you ever seen them live?
Oh no, no.
I think he was 6 on this list.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the last time they played live. I imagine that's a question for you three. You might know more than I.
2010, isn't it? 2010.
Did you see that stat from Chris Moyle was going
Sorry.
about? Did you see that? It was unbelievable, and I won't remember it now. But from the release of Definitely Maybe album to their last gig was something like 15 years, 360 days,
Mm.
and from their last gig to today's announcement was the same amount of days.
Fuck you know.
And you
And they
can't have
definitely
Derby
aren't going to
fans.
fall out before they play and ruin it all.
So we're just discussing the game against Lamport because obviously Wiggy
Yes.
wasn't there. How did you find it? What were your highlights? I mean, you were going to get my man of the match vote, and even though we didn't get around to voting, it was kind of unanimously, dictatorially decided that you were man of the match anyway. You had an excellent innings, all-round innings. How did you find the game?
I had a great time. It was just very short boundaries. Made it quite easy to have a slog. And Danny got in my ear and said, "Go have a slog." So I did, and was back not before long. And even the dot that I faced was dubious. It should have been wide, but whatever.
I love that. I forget when talking to actual people that play cricket that they know things like wide and what should and shouldn't be a wide. I said it felt the most like what I would expect a 100s game to feel like. Because of the pace that we were going at and the 9 overs each end type situation.
I think that's a fair assessment. I think you're not far off there. You know, it was very very short boundaries. They hit a lot of sixes. We hit a lot of boundaries as well. But 300 runs in a day is not bad. Or in the evening, for a scenic Lamport Hall.
It's one hell of a scene.
Yeah.
Have you played there before, Mass?
No, never. I don't think they've only played there for the last couple of years at the most. I honestly don't know much about them other than that there's like a rogue C in there now, but I don't know what it stands for, and it bugs me.
Cottesmore.
Yeah, without the other C.
Cricket?
Lamport, Cottesmore, C,
triple
C.
Yeah.
Quad C, isn't it?
Quad C. Yeah.
Actually.
I think we asked. I think you asked one of their players we played in the home match, and I think he just said it might have been a typo.
Man of the match questions.
Adam Massey, as you know, because I know that you've watched at least one episode so far of the ThighPad podcast, we like to do an introduction every time that a man of the match comes on. And this week, Nicholas Harding is doing your introduction. So over to you, Nick.
Adam Massey. Yes. I wear this hat tonight in your honour. It's not often I deviate from the hat. That proves how important you are as a guest. One of the benefits to you being on this podcast tonight is I know that you're probably not messaging my wife on Instagram, which is excellent. I've got to say, the WhatsApp message that got me most excited of all time, as I explained at the cricket last week, was from Bex Massey. Quite frankly, an incredible WhatsApp photo showing her all her beauty. You've got two of the best dogs in the Midlands, Mabel and Olive. And I can't wait. And I think all of our viewers can't wait to find out more about you tonight. It's great to have you on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Yes, you are probably the person that is most shrouded in mystery at Squirrels currently. Obviously, there's a lot of questions, some of which were asked this week at the pub afterwards, including what you did for work, which is always a good one. So let's find out more with our questions this week, which are being read out by your friend of mine, Samsung SMX200, aka Philip Adams, aka Wiggy.
So those questions about what he does for a job, are they?
You can ask me if you like, Wiggy. If you don't know, if you want to know.
No, I'm just wondering because are they coming in now? Did you film them?
No, did we? Yeah, no, that was just in the moment.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know. What's the answer?
I don't know. See, I don't know, so I'd like to know.
Oh yeah, you were sat the other side of the room scarfing down spaghetti and meatballs.
Before you answer, Mass, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think his job is?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a hard question, isn't it? You know, I think office based. I'm gonna say office based.
Office space. Okay.
Although you obviously have got the look of
What department? Office
handle
space.
myself.
I
So
think
what?
logistics. And I base this on because a former ex-Northants cricketer friend, Ross McLean, works in logistics, and he was a bit of a man of mystery and a cracking cricketer. I think he might be of the same ilk.
I think we need to apologise that having played cricket with you for 4 years that we don't do it for a living. To be fair, that's pretty awful.
I keep myself to myself quite often, so that's not a problem. No, I'm a data analyst. It's exciting, and you both look excited for me.
We need one actually at work. Are you happy in your current job?
What's the offer?
Just don't follow
him
him
on
on
LinkedIn with
LinkedIn.
a big bag of cash.
Don't follow him on LinkedIn, else. Well, you're never getting out of that world. That's it. I'm not even on LinkedIn, and I'm involved in it somehow.
That surprised me.
And the funny thing was, literally, it's like last week, Liz said to me, "What's Massey do for a job?" And I said, "I've got no fucking idea." And
now you know.
You're right, Phil. It's poor. We should be better than that.
Yeah.
That's an
elicit such
interesting
response
line.
as, "Oh, okay."
An interesting line of questioning from Mrs. Harding.
But they've got a special relationship, which we'll come to later.
Okay. What are any other insights you found out?
I would say, well, firstly, I would say, just back up a bit. I don't think I've been racking my brains, and I would say at least 40% of the people that play for Squirrels, I don't know what they do for a job.
No,
We never had an intro session like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could probably, you might not be accurate, but you could probably hazard in the ballpark. Like, to be honest,
we play cricket, Phil. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really. If you ask me, Mo, what you did for a job, I'd probably say, well, just go like.
Yeah, but I don't really know what I do for a job. That's fine. Nobody
Wiggy,
really knows.
Radish salesman.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What, so any other insight into Mr. Massey then in the pub?
I think
I asked around probably a bit weirdly, where did you and Bex had your first kiss? And then I think something happened on the pitch, and we really, it was really odd.
Yeah, it was a little bit, but I batted that question away expertly. I find.
Yeah,
you
stayed mysterious about your how you got
together.
I keep
some mystery. I can't spill it all.
Continuously screaming friends.
Fiat Punto.
What colour?
Black.
1.4, 1.6.
Just one.
Remember the number plate?
I had it for 6 months and then got a Mondeo. It ended in T3.
Mondeo?
I don't remember. No, it was a bargain.
Analysing data, double your salary, son. Getting a fucking Mondeo, 2 litre turbo diesel. Yeah, fuel card. Yeah, sling it in, mate. Yeah, fuel card, sling it in. Probably up the pension contributions. Yeah.
Oh, you've got to. It's the only sense.
How much off for the fund? So keep it. Just have it. Have it for free, mate. Cost me more money to put it on bloody Auto Trader, won't it? Just have it.
For any regular listeners, I want to make it perfectly clear. that these are not part of the official Man of the Match questions. They're still to come. Wiggy's gone rogue with his what was your first car question. I like it. Two and a half weeks ago when I was asking for questions for Adam Massey, it would have been lovely to have heard that one thrown in. But Massey
kind
has,
of thing. It's the
played
kind of
it
questioning
brilliantly.
like you'd ask a millionaire dragon. Like it's absolutely unbelievable. I think.
Oh yeah. So what's the go on, what's the story between? And also, isn't it just being done for false advertising?
Probably he's a
Ask
is he a dragon or is he a shark? No, he went to uni with Bex in the same year.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What? He's the same age
as me.
Really?
Yeah.
He looks about 45.
He's a youngster.
Thank you for that, Wiggy. That was actually very nice. Yeah, he's 31 as well, I think, or around that age. But yeah, I think graduated the same year, or didn't graduate, was in the same year at uni as Bex.
What university?
Manchester Met.
Tell you
Nice.
what, I
There you
bet
go.
I bet you were in a Monday before him.
Yeah,
Fact.
yeah.
Fact.
He doesn't drive a Monday. Neither do I. I drive Sat man.
And he couldn't. I'll tell you what, he couldn't hit a first ball for a straight six. I'll tell you that.
First game of cricket. Massey, what was your first game of? I don't know why I said it like that. It's weird. Massey, what was your first game of cricket?
Well, there's two answers there. I played kids cricket as well, but I'm not going to give you that because kids cricket, like basically everybody drops out after that. I had my first actual game of cricket was probably the worst possible start, where I got run out without facing. I was a late fill-in because someone pulled up hungover in the morning. I would score for the second team and get paid to do it, and just because there's cricket teams and everything, you get fed. 2007, 14th of July, in Division 5, I played last minute as a rubbish kids cricketer. I batted 10. I got run out without facing, and I bowled one ball, which got hit for 6 to win the game. So a bad start.
Who was that for?
When I was 14. The St Crispin and Rylands second team.
Mental.
So my first game of cricket was with Keith Robinson, who was the captain at the time.
So
I was going to say,
31.
was any of us playing?
No, I can go for some names for you, Wiggy, because you probably recognise most of them. Rob Pouncey, Keith Robinson.
From a squirrel's
Freaky
point of view.
Rob.
No.
Rob Pouncey.
Yeah.
You run through the names, Massey. I'll be the only one on here that doesn't know any of them. So you crack on.
Rob Pouncey, Keith Robinson, Andrew Frame, Tom Goodman, Daniel Spencer,
Tommy
Neil
G.
Spencer, Adam Norton, Sean Marriott, Darren Sturgis, Nigel Johns, and me.
Adam Norton snorts. Wow, that takes
There you go.
takes me back to when Oasis was still together. That is insane.
Yeah, so that was my first adult game of cricket when I was 14.
14.
And I was rubbish.
You're 31 now.
Yes.
So that was 2007.
Yes.
Wow. So yeah, it's incredible. I didn't realise that. Yeah, wow, it's educational.
All in perspective now.
So after that,
it didn't put you off, then, did it?
Yeah.
Which is the main thing.
No, I just like the sport.
Brilliant. How did you get into it? Like school or parents? Like, what's the crack?
Bit in Rylands with Pete Austin, but a lot of it was, you do football in the winter, so do a sport in the summer from my mum, and it was keeps you away for quite a while in the summer and stuff like that. You just go up the nets and sort of disappear for a bit and bowl back for hours. So do that.
That's good.
Pete Austin. I mean, how many mentions has he had on this?
unbelievable. I feel like I know the guy.
He's touched us all.
Is he still alive, Pete Austin?
I don't know. He's probably haunting one of the roads around Rylands. If he's not.
You're going to look into that mirror behind you one day and just see Pete Austin.
Yeah, if you see him walk past, let me know.
Is
I
that Pete
don't-
Austin in the hat?
Yeah. Maybe it's it's just a different way with schools in Dustin, but I don't know the first name of any single teacher I ever had, and yet
No.
everybody seems to know this bloke's full name,
But
date
he
of
was
birth,
my
social security
mum's
number.
teacher. He's my mum's and uncle's teacher as well. So like and he lives locally, so they've like seen him outside walking dogs and stuff like that. So they just sort of knew him.
Brilliant,
Wow.
brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Wonderful story, Mass.
Thanks, man.
Question number 2. Favourite ever game of cricket you've played?
Let me think. There's a couple. I mean, I was involved in a 150 run stand at Kempston one time with Kyle Smith, Bob Smith's son. You know him. He got 147 and then got triggered by one that hit him on the hip by their umpire because he didn't want to get 150. And then we beat him by like 100 odd runs. And then my other favourite game of cricket would probably be we bowled the opposition out to get a tie in we took 6 wickets for about 3 runs to get a tie once against Long Buckby, and then I've got the stat page open. I know why.
You're referring to your notes, aren't you? You're absolutely
I've got notes. Got to do it. And then against Haddon CC in 2022, I got 58 batting 5, and then took 6 to bring us home to bowl them out. And then my 7th wicket was dropped on my last ball at cover, which would have been a hat trick as well. And I'm bitter about it. I am bitter about it. So
who dropped it? Who dropped it?
John Funnell.
Classic Funnell hands, isn't it?
No, he's a lovely bloke as well, but I hate to hold it against him.
Good groundsman, terrible catch.
Wow.
Despite the name, arguably someone with that name should be a great catcher.
You'd think so. Yeah, those are my favourite games of cricket I've played. Other than and last Thursday, Lamport away. Just a very enjoyable game. Last ball win.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some good Squirrels games I'm involved in, but there's not a website to refer to them on, so hard to recall.
I think you strike me as the kind of person that can recall things quite well then, Massey.
Yeah. But when it's numbers and cricket and stuff like that, it just sits in my head.
Data.
Well, yeah. You must have analyse it a few games.
Hold on. I've played in.
It's excellent. This is the closest we're ever getting to TMS.
Exactly. I've played in all things considered. I've played in 297 games of league cricket.
Hello, 13 to go.
Wow.
What, to get to 310?
Maths isn't my strong point.
Boy, you're not a data analyst.
No, correct.
Wow.
I ranish salesman when I see one.
Would your 300th be this season, or is it?
Yeah, we've got 4 left, and I'm only available for 3 of them. So,
lovely.
What we doing? What's the plan? V&B?
Potentially, like a V&B, like Maul. The Alex is always lovely.
Triple, isn't it? Good triple.
I'm going to tweet Bartlett that night and just say, look, this fella, he started off with a punto. Now look at him. Stick your dragon up your...
Stick your heel up your arse.
Excellent. That's some lovely recalls there, Massey. Very nice. Question number 3. Right, so I think I've already established you probably are the newest member or newest regular player, right? Probably of the club, I should think. What were your sort of initial observations when you joined? How did you get involved in the club?
Me and Dan Herbert were just asked to fill in one week, and then sort of a couple of weeks later fill in again, and then just got added to the group to sort of play more regularly. There was nothing really sort of formal about it. Obviously, I only knew some of you from before. Obviously, I played plenty of cricket with you over the years, and like knowing Danny and Chappie from playing against or with them. But yeah, just got more involved and then became a regular cast member.
Yeah, I think it's quite a bonus for us to be able to draft someone in last minute who could actually play the game quite well. I feel we probably benefited out of that quite well. Any initial observations of any sort of the club or any individuals? Was there anyone you didn't like? That's what I want to know.
Nick Kerr's boring, isn't he?
Crowd favourite. That's how you become a crowd favourite.
Don't put words in my mouth, but God, he's boring. Not so much. It's like having 18 more estranged uncles.
Question number 4. What are your top 3 jazzy cans? AKA craft ale, craft pale ale, that kind of stuff. And sorry, associated question. Sorry, Matt, associated question. When you're picking your beers, do you go on taste or the jazziness of the can?
It's a bit of both. I mean, I just tend to pick the styles I like and not worry about what the cans look like. And if they're jazzy enough, that's just a bonus. Bit of visual stimulation.
A bit like when you chose Bex as the first date. I think it's clear to see she's a good match and very stylish.
Okay, let's do that.
Get out.
To the beer, Adam.
You said top 3. I had a triple IPA, which was amazing. It was about 10%, and it's fruity and
any brands that you sort of go to.
It was North Brewing, and then there's another one from Asvex, which was a sour smoothie, which was lovely. It was like mango and passion fruit and that, and it was like ridiculously thick. It was lovely.
I like a sour, don't you? You do like a sour.
And then double IPA is probably my favourite style, which is usually like 7.5%, 8%.
Oh, you're not driving a punter home after that, are you?
Absolutely not. But you don't get many in pubs,
So when did this start? Because obviously we've unearthed a photo of you boasting about some Stella that you were drinking. So when did the descent into real beer start?
Early 2019.
Okay. Relatively late on.
Yeah, it was that, it was more prevalent in supermarkets at that point, so I started drinking it. Not an interesting answer, but an answer.
Hey, I mean, it's the truth. That's all you can do. I mean, I asked it knowing I'd have 0 follow-up because I don't know the first thing about any of it. But luckily, we've got 3 beer-loving experts in the room, so, don't need me.
Formats like a jazzy cannon. If you're going at the Squirrels Bar, what would be your drink at the PRU?
Antic's fine. That or a fruit cider to have some sugar after a game.
You replenish the levels.
Got to be sensible.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But that's the data, isn't it? You look at the sugar levels always.
Yeah.
Lovely. Just going back to AC Squirrels, which I missed a question on. Who is your favourite AC Squirrels player?
How could you pick one of your 18 estranged uncles?
True.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not Nick Kerr.
Yeah.
Double dip there. I to not pick favourites, I'd probably say Limo.
I mean,
sorry,
that's officially picking a favourite. I like it.
Yeah, it is. We're relatively similar. And
tell you what, after fucking 8 episodes, we got there in the end, didn't we?
No one else picked somebody on here.
Oh yeah, no, I got picked by DC.
Oh yeah,
so
they're all getting past. Don't worry about it.
Everyone on this podcast's in my top 18. So
lovely.
It's good to know.
So glad we've got you on, Mask. I've had to sit through fucking. I think we're about 23 hours in, and everyone's saying, "Oh, you know, Mo tries his best," and Massey probably didn't play at school, and you know, all this, that. Just finally,
I've been waiting. Wait a long
Cheers,
time.
mate. Cheers, mate.
You're welcome.
Very good, very good.
And when you
Right,
say,
that-
wait there, and when you say
Sorry.
it's because
sorry.
of similarities, is it because you're both excellent bowlers? Is that the similarities that you're talking about?
Yes, absolutely. You know, I don't have a nickname based on a long car, but we both bowl well. You bowl well.
Any other nicknames, Matt?
Yeah.
No,
Excellent question.
no, they're all based around the word mass.
Oh, what was that, Bex?
Scotland, but is it? I mean, it's
Said
after
I'm a
Watershire.
lie that I don't have any more nicknames. What are you talking about? Okay, apparently I have other nicknames, but usually they're all based around the word mass, which is obviously a shortening of my surname. It's not but there was it's not an interesting nickname, is it?
I mean, I think that gives us some impetus for probably next season now, because if there's one thing this group can do, it's come up with a fucking nickname. So
It's true.
it's
It really is.
yeah, I'm thinking that's all.
I've not given you much to go on there because
I mean, now
I'm
you're an
a
open
steerist.
book. You're
Well,
an
I
open
suppose.
book after this episode, so I'm sure we'll have a nickname in no time.
I trust you with it. You come up with something good.
Do that.
So
I'm gonna do an analysis of all the nicknames. That's what you'd want. I'm gonna come
Yes.
up with a good one for you.
Oh, there'll be a spreadsheet.
Excellent.
There'll be a VLOOKUP or two. Don't you worry about that, Massey.
Oh, you betcha.
Shall I carry on?
Yeah.
That'd be lovely, Phil. Never need to ask permission.
Sorry, yeah. Next question. We've done with the quickie questions now, Mass. You'd be glad to hear.
I mean,
You
there
know,
should be one more cricket question, but just to slip
is
that
there?
in there.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Oh,
It's a good
yeah.
one. Your favourite ever cricket sub?
I say
He's got
I can see it on
14
my list.
paragraphs on this.
I can see it on
Sorry.
my list, Phil.
Sorry.
When I was
Limo.
getting into cricket, it was probably Flintoff, and then Peterson for a little bit, and then he's a bit of a knob, and then Joe Root probably now he's a nice chap, and he's played well in every bad England team that we've seen recently. So yeah, there you go.
Have you watched Field of Dreams?
I watched the first. I haven't watched the new one where is it? They're
Kevin
on tour. I have watched that, not the Flintoff one.
I not the Kevin Costner one. I only started
Excellent
watching
film.
it. I finished the first series because I wasn't first, and then everyone's going on about it. And it is brilliant. Like I've never really watched Flintoff, never really watched League of Their Own, all that stuff. But have you, Mo, Wiggy, have you watched it?
League of Their Own with Tom Hanks and Gina Davis. Yeah, excellent. Absolutely excellent. But no, I haven't watched the James Corden vehicle.
No, Freddie Flintoff's League of Their Own.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. It's on the list.
It's really good. Really emotional, really touching. Recommend. Yeah, he's gone up a lot in my estimation in the last week. Yeah.
And all because
Yes.
of me.
So,
Open question, Massey, as you've mentioned a couple of them, but also for the group, who's the most handsome current England cricketer, you could call him?
most handsome. Oh, blimey. I quite fancy Mark Wood. I really like Mark Wood because I think if you're on a date, not only is he's really good looking, I think, but he'd be some good fun as well, would he? If you were having a speed date, I mean,
He'd take you axe throwing, Limo.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyone who can come out before an Ashes game and they're on the pitch and do dog impressions in the dressing room to try and calm people's nerves.
Really lighten the mood.
It sounds like
You've not thought to do that in a squirrel's change room to lighten the mood.
No, not yet, actually. Not yet. So I go Woody. That's my vote.
Excellent, Phil.
Yeah.
Excellent, Phil.
Excellent.
And open question, Massey, as you've mentioned a couple of them, but also for the group, who's the most handsome current England cricketer, player?
Hmm.
It's not a bad shout. I don't know. I mean, it'd have been an easier question. 5 or no? How long? Alistair
And
Cook and
folks,
Jimmy Anderson
Alistair
were
Cook.
playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I'd still
But
let
I
you
don't
have
know.
Anderson, to be fair.
Jimmy's good looking lad, eh?
Yeah, Jimmy was.
I
Good.
mean, Liz will run in there and rip your face off your head. Here's you talking like that about Cookie.
Yeah, Alistair Cook, yeah.
Wiggy?
What are you saying, Mo?
Um, I don't know, really. It's hard, isn't it?
Lovely. Wokes, I'd go for.
Oh, that. To be fair, that's a great show, actually. Yeah.
I noticed him
I
the
said
other
Ben Duckett.
month. What?
Oh, Phil, you can't have him.
That's unbelievable.
Well, it was Wiggy, not Chris Pell on it.
Wokes is really good looking. And I think like Mark Wood, they're both both good blokes as well.
Yeah.
Like I
yeah.
say, Ollie Pope and like Stuart Broad are of that attractive type. They're just a bit too posh, aren't they? Whereas Wokes would put you in a new sink. He'd plumb you a tap in, and then he'd probably
He would,
make
yeah.
love for at least 6 hours. And if you had a couple of dogs called Olive and Mabel, he would take them for a long walk. If they did a shit, he'd pick it up, but he wouldn't even question it. And then
Not
he'd
for a
come back and he'd
second.
make love.
He's always got poo bags on him. He doesn't
Yeah.
have any dogs. He's just got poo bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Ready to go.
Yeah, Wokes is a great show, actually.
The rumours are that you used to enjoy a TV program called Game of Thrones. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Would you say it's your number one TV program of all time?
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah. Yeah,
What's it up there with?
it's a bit of a
Give us
sour
three.
finish to try and jump the question slightly, but yeah,
Just before I go on to the next question, give us three. What is up there with?
I mean, I don't tend to go for like serious television unless I really enjoy it. So, Breaking Bad and Chernobyl are up there as well, which is it's quite serious. But then I tend to sort of go with comedies other than that. IT Crowd really.
Have you ever watched a sitcom called The Good Life?
Yeah,
Thoughts?
Really?
fine.
Fine. You've not watched it properly enough. I'll lend you
Yeah,
the box set.
no, I haven't taken it in. I assume I'll rewatch it.
I'm surprised you've heard of it. But yeah, so we've established that you were a fan of Game of Thrones. Did you enjoy the last episode? And did you do anything special to enhance the viewing experience?
The dogs are barking. Yeah, we had people around and had dinner and, and dressed up as characters for Game of Thrones, and it was rubbish. It was a really bad episode of telly. So it really soured the viewing experience. But we're midway through rewatching it at the moment. So
What character did you dress up as?
I was Jon Snow. I'm surprised Limo hasn't put a picture of it up.
I'm trying. I can't fucking get it up. This is doing me head in. Oh. Have you watched The Shield, Massey?
No.
That is unbelievable. And I'll tell you the thing, if you have seen it, an unfortunate situation is that Liverpool's new manager, Arne Slot, looks a lot like Vic Mackey from The Shield.
And you've
anyway,
not prepared a background for that.
we digress. Sorry. So when you watched it, like, and you're all dressed up and stuff, was it just... Oh, was it so sad? Like, we're thinking, bloody hell, like, what now? What? Do you just go to bed, or just what happens? Do you get drunk?
Yeah, we had a couple of drinks, but it was disappointing. It was very annoying. All built up, weren't it?
Line of Duty is the only thing.
Oh my good lord! Yeah, that's up there with poor endings.
Yeah, and that was really poor. And that was another crescendo thing. So we started watching it from series 3, so you'll never feel the
4, I think.
Worse. But yeah, there's nothing worse, is there? You build yourself up, and yeah.
So I've just realised this. So Massey, obviously you dressed up for the finale of Game of Thrones. Limo, you got a personalised number plate which related to to
Line of Duty.
Line
yeah.
of Duty. I once purchased 3 bottles of True Blood to watch True Blood with Dave and Cass. Wiggy, did you rent an allotment for the final episode of The Good Life? You ever done anything?
I grew 27 cabbages the last episode.
Lovely.
Wiggy joined Dallington Gym for the last episode of the British Empire.
You ever watched the British Empire, Mass?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All your time, mate. And it's not worth going back for.
Okay,
No.
Yeah.
make a note of that.
Even if you finish analysing data by lunchtime, don't watch the British Empire. It's all right, actually. You know,
I'm going to YouTube it at some point because you've just reminded me about it, and I enjoyed it greatly at the time.
I think we've already touched on this, haven't we, at the start of the questions with a couple, we chucked in a row of questions, but can you tell us 3 facts about Adam Massey that we don't already know?
By the end of my first full-time job, I was going to be a perfumer, so a professional smeller of things.
Wow.
There you go.
That's a great fact.
There you go. That's like the first
Smelling
job that's
what?
on the CV, and everybody goes, "What?
How did you get into that?
What have you been smelling?
At a apprenticeship as a lab tech, and then they one person left, and they tested everybody out and set up a test to see if people had good senses of smell, and apparently I did.
No way.
Yeah. So
But you didn't have the passion for it. I take it that's why you didn't.
No, the company got sold, and I didn't drive at the time, and couldn't get to Corby every day, so I had to pack it in, and then went through IT to data analysis.
what company was it, Mass?
It was Belmay in Moulton Park,
Yeah.
which got bought out by a German company called Simrise.
I saw them boxes once. They do all the imitation aftershaves, don't they?
Yeah, put them into candles and urinal blocks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you
you
got a
enjoy
really
that?
heightened sense of smell? So Maple and Olive, can you smell stuff that you shouldn't be able to and stuff?
No, it doesn't compare. It's more like I used to be able to identify things that were in things. Be like, oh, that's got this orange oil in it.
Bergamot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I love a bit of
Yeah,
bergamot, a bit of
bergamot.
patchouli.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some castoreum. Or ambergris, which are both horrible things.
Yes.
I'm eating some. I don't know if I can get it on the screen. But let me get rid of this.
Is it
backdrop.
green?
Yeah, it's a green screen, isn't it?
Yeah,
you
it
might
keeps-
be able to smell this actually. At the minute, I'm on the Monty's rib tickler, horseradish mustard.
That sounds delicious.
I'll tell you what, you would smell this all day.
How many days per week do you have a ploughman's limo?
Not enough. We bought it yesterday. There was a food fair in the local area, and we bought it because we got a horse called Monty. And so I said, "Why is the company called Monty?" And they said, "Oh, it's after a dog that passed away recently." So at that point, we had to buy 3 jars.
Yeah,
Your hand was in
you're
your
in.
pocket, and you were like, "Oh, I'll tap my phone."
and move swiftly
Thanks.
on. But you would smell bloody all of this. So
Pungent.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got another fact, Matt?
Any other facts? I used to play American football for 2 years, and I wasn't enough of an athlete for it, so I stopped, and I kept coming home completely bruised and not being able to get out of the bath. So
What
so I
position?
stopped. Fullback, tight end. Yeah,
Was that in Northampton? Was it?
yeah, for the Knights.
Oh, the Knights.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
They're still going on. Still going strong.
Yeah, they're still going. They're relatively successful. They've had some players go off to play for relatively big colleges in the US as well.
It's mental,
Wow.
isn't it?
It's pretty good.
Mad. That is mad.
What's your favourite takeaway?
I could happily eat pizza every single day. Wouldn't ever get bored.
Favorite toppings?
You won't like it, but I'm partial to a meat feast. But you know, some kind
You're
of
not
pork,
veggie?
some mushroom. Me?
I thought your dad's veggie.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He was vegan like 6 years ago.
You've got the old pizza oven, haven't you, Mass?
Yeah, you've got an uni.
Oh, yeah. Is it the pellet or the gas?
It can be set up for gas, but it's pellets at the moment. Pap's always wanging on about he's cut a tree down in his garden. I've got more wood for you to burn in your pizza oven. Like, thanks, Pap.
I remember I was at a gathering when Wiggy first used the pellet-fired uni. And if I say that about an hour later the oven was on to cook the pizzas, you get the gist of the operation. How do you get on with the pellet fired? Are you all right with it?
Started with the pellets and then put wood in it. Hotter, quicker.
There you go.
That's what it's
Top
doing.
tip for you, Wiggy.
Yeah. Good tip. I've learned a lot about you, Mass, tonight. It's been a pleasure. And again, apologies for.
And if any of you actually want, you can speak to me in real life rather than ignore me in the change room.
It's a step too far, Massey. It's a step too far. Massey, thank you very much for answering this week's questions.
Preview and predictions.
The Keith Robinson testimonial game this Sunday. And it's one heck of a lineup, I think we can all agree, to mark the occasion. Sam Robbo's playing. That's nice to see.
It's excellent,
yeah. That's lovely.
And it brings the new. It's not often you see the P emoji, which I like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of the best, if not the best emoji, actually.
It's not there with the avocado, but that's
What can you do?
One or other in it. One or other. Too much green, otherwise Pell breaks out in a rash if he sees that much greenery in one message. Okay, let's have some. Is this a 40 over game?
25 the side.
25.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like that. So a little bit more room for people to really show their worth. We'll start with predictions on most runs scored. And Phil, we're going to start with you.
D House.
Nice. Nicholas?
D House. He's playing. Walters. P. Walters. Sorry, Phil. P. Walters.
Adam Massey?
Max.
Lovely.
Pirouette's going to make a lot of runs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think made for it. I'm going to go for Carter D. And we'll go reverse order. I'm going to go for D House for most wickets. Massey?
Chappie for me.
Chappie. Nick?
See. I'd like to call him the punter.
Georgie.
Raise a glass to Keith. Absolute legend. Yeah, legend.
Yeah, there is going to be some fundraising, I think, through the day for Macmillan. So obviously, if anyone fancies coming up to the ground, coming to the game, to support the match, that would be much appreciated.
Lovely. To you, Keith. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the ThighPad podcast. Thank you from me. Thank you from Philip Adams. Yes. Thank you from Nick Harding. And thank you, Adam Massey.
Thanks for having me.
I've got do a lot of cheese and wine tonight.
I don't think that jar of horseradish and mustard seeds tomorrow. I think you're
It's done.
done for.
Made it then.
Two
you finish
more.
that.
That's two more.